Hello everybody and welcome to the Money Man. Now, many of you will know that Hong Kong is in the process of introducing a new series of banknotes. We currently have the new 1,000 Hong Kong dollar banknotes and we have the new 500 Hong Kong dollar banknotes. However, we're still waiting for the three issuing banks to release their $100, $50 and $20 notes. And we still don't know exactly when they're going to be released. So I thought what we would do, just to tide us over until then, I would make a series of videos featuring the current generation of Hong Kong dollar banknotes in their entirety from each of the three issuing banks. And this one's going to be about the Bank of China series. So what I'll do is I'll start off with the lowest denomination, which is the 20 Hong Kong dollar note, and here it is. Now, one thing you'll notice as I go through each of the different notes in this series, the front of the banknotes, they're pretty much the same. There are some small differences, I'll talk through those as I go through them. But as you can see here, what we've got is the new Bank of China building, which dominates the front of the banknote. And actually, it kind of dominates the skyline of Hong Kong Island, really. If you take a ferry over Victoria Harbour, you'll see the Bank of China straight away. And it's a very impressive building, and it lights up very, very nice at night, actually, as well. So we've got that right down the sort of left of centre of the banknote. And then we've got the Bohemia flower, which is actually the symbol of Hong Kong, which was adopted after 1997. So yeah, that's basically the international symbol of Hong Kong. And if we turn the note up a little bit, you can see the watermark is that same flower with the number 20. And then you've also got the same flower represented in this sort of reflective security feature right here. So it's quite an interesting banknote. It's a nice design, simple, but not boring. I think it's quite a cool banknote. So if we spin it around and look at the back, you can see quite bland on the left, but on the right we've got a really nice sort of photographic depiction of Repulse Bay, which is on Hong Kong Island. It's a very beautiful part of Hong Kong, quite expensive, lots of nice beaches over there, but you're going to be paying a lot of money if you want to live over there, even just to rent. So yeah, so that's the first one. And one more feature to note actually on the front is we've actually got some braille here for the visually impaired, so they can tell what denomination this banknote is. So that's a really nice feature. So yeah, that's the 20. So let's move on to the next one, which is the 50 Hong Kong dollar, and here it is. So as you can see, it's pretty much the same as the 20 in terms of the major features, apart from the denomination obviously represented is different. But the layout, the images, pretty much the same. Colour scheme, obviously different. I quite like the colour scheme of this. But then, you know, in Hong Kong, the $50 notes used to be purple, and I kind of prefer those. I kind of wish they stayed purple, but hey ho, you can't have everything. So let's do a quick spin around and look at the back. So at the back we've actually got Tung Ping Chow, which is sort of it's quite a remote area really. There's not really that much going on around there, but there's lots of beautiful rock formations and a couple of beaches along the way, and I've been past it a couple of times, not really been there to visit. Do see the odd fisherman there. It's just an interesting landscape, that's all it is really. So yeah, that's the 50. Now let's have a look at the 100. Now, the 100 is probably the most commonly seen banknote in Hong Kong, the 100 Hong Kong dollar note, and you can see again pretty much the same. You can see that actually some of the patterns are a little bit different on these banknotes, but they're very, very subtle differences. And you can see the braille has changed to represent the denomination, but you can see that the reflective quality, the strip is still the same. The watermark is the same. Bank of China featured just left of centre. It's all the same pretty much. So if we spin it around and look at the back, what we've got here is we've got a depiction of Lion Rock. Now I can see this from my flat, and it's a very impressive rock formation because it does look like a lion from a certain angle, and this always intrigues me because I'm really into sort of ancient history, and you know, the sort of how I don't know, it always reminds me of the Sphinx for some reason. You know, I look at it and I think, is that really a natural rock formation? Or has that been carved and been weathered over thousands of years? I don't know. I'm getting all conspiracy on you guys here, I apologise. But for me, it's just a really tantalising thing. So you can see it's right here, and it does look like the body of a lion. And what they've done is they've actually ballooned it and made it look bigger in comparison to the city below, because they want to actually show off the feature. But that is Lion Rock, and you can see that it's actually written in the bottom in traditional Chinese and then in English. And you can see, just like the other banknotes, we've got the security strip going down the middle here. Oh, sorry, just left of center. So yeah, pretty cool. Now, let's move on to the next one, which is the 500. And here it is. Now, I don't like the colour scheme on these banknotes. Brown for me is just, yeah, I don't really care for it too much. I wish they changed the colour of these, but the colour scheme is not done for my benefit, obviously. You can see the features are pretty much the same. Spin it around, look at the back, and we've got the High Island Reservoir, which is pretty cool actually. It's quite an impressive feat of engineering. Hong Kong reservoirs are all quite impressive features of engineering. You can see, unfortunately, this one's got a minor fault here, so cannot be considered UNC, so I'll just spend this one. But yeah, I won't be keeping it in my collection. But if we have a look, you can see it's pretty much the same. Now, my favourite is probably this one, the 1,000 Hong Kong dollar note, because I like the colour scheme. The features on the front are pretty much the same, with the small pattern changes, very, very subtle, but again, not much different. Spin it around, look at the back. Now, I love the reverse of this. This image of Hong Kong is quite iconic. If you come to Hong Kong on holiday, you're most likely going to see this landscape, because if you take the Peak tram to the top of Victoria Peak on Hong Kong Island, you can actually get this view for yourself. There's sort of like a tourist trap at the top, and there's a great viewing platform up there, and you can just go up and take photos. It doesn't matter if it's a clear day, if it's a cloudy day, if it's a stormy day, if it's day or night, it looks absolutely epic up there. And you get this beautiful view of Hong Kong Island, and you've got Victoria Harbour here, and then you've got Kowloon all the way back here, and you've got obviously the Bank of China building situated right here. So it's a really, really, really fantastic viewing area. And what we've got here is actually the convention centre where the handover took place in 1997, when Hong Kong ceased to be a British colony and became a special administrative region of the People's Republic of China. So you've actually got a lot of iconic places represented in this little image. So like I said, if you come to Hong Kong, get on the Peak tram, go up to Victoria Peak and just take in this view for yourself, because it's absolutely incredible. So yeah, that's why I quite like this banknote. I'm always quite fond of banknotes that have sort of like photographic depictions of, everyday life. And Hong Kong banknotes have been doing this for a long time, so I'm glad that this series continued that tradition. So yeah, this is the Bank of China series, so let me know what you think. I've got 2 more videos featuring the other 2 sets from Standard Chartered and HSBC, so please go check out those. If you want to have a look at the new 1,000 and 500 Hong Kong dollar notes, follow the link at the end of this video, because I'll tag it to this video, and you can go and have a look at the new ones. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. It's the Money Man signing out for now. Bye bye.